Hello everyone, I'm Daina Minoshi.
Hello everyone, I'm Israjahan Mithila.
Today we'll talk about dimensions. I'll explain fifth dimension.
I'll explain the fourth dimension. So first of all, the 3D world that we live in consists of three different axes. There's length, width, and height. But the fourth dimension consists time as well. So in the fourth dimension, where's the marker? So this axis represents time and this is space. Our body is in a linear motion because we view time as past, present and future. But a 4D object, let's see this example as a star. This is a star. In a 4D dimension, we will see the star as a complex object which its whole lifetime is compressed into one geometrical object. It's very complex. It bends and twists with its shape. Every aspect, every posture and gesture it has in its entire life is compressed into one singular object. And as a human, if we see ourselves with a fourth-dimensional eyes, we will see that every posture and gesture we had in our entire life from birth to death, we will have a complex structure similar to this, but it is not perceived through our eyes because we are in a 3D world and it is a very complex thing for our imagination.
Okay, now I'll explain the fifth dimension. In the fourth dimension world, our entire life exists as one continuous structure, stretched along the time. But in the fifth dimension, to visualize the fifth dimension, we simply need to add one more axis. This is how we look in our in fourth dimension. We see everything we've ever done in our entire life as one single line. But in the fifth dimension, we just simply need to add another axis. Because in the fifth dimension, according to quantum mechanics, events do not always have a single definite outcome. A particle like a photon has multiple outcomes, can exist in a superposition of many possible states until it is measured. Applying this idea to our own life, at any moment we can make any choices in our life. Because if you choose to become a doctor, your life would have in a different possible history. And then, if we choose to become a lawyer, then we would have a different life. But if we choose to become to do nothing and become like jobless, then there would be another possibility of our life. So in the fifth dimension, all of this exists, all of the possibilities that you can do in your life, everything you can ever do in your life exists at once. So if you imagine yourself as a fourth-dimensional being stretched along the time, then adding the fifth dimension means you're no longer just a one space-time structure. You'll become a space-time structure of many versions of your life existing at once. So what a five-dimensional being can do? In the five dimension, from a low dimensions perspective, you don't have to be trapped in a one singular motion. You can always move across a different path. Like if you're in this path but it's not working out, you can change a different path, which only exists in fifth dimension, and only fifth dimensional being can do that. Which is, we can call it imaginary, but there's proof that it works. Because you choose to come to English Camford because you want to learn English. But what if you didn't want to learn English and didn't come to English Camford? You'd the 4 days in the week we come to English Camford 3 to 5 p.m. and one day 5 to 6, 7 p.m. What would you have done if you didn't come to English Camford? How would you have spent your time if you didn't come to English Camford? All of those possibilities exist here. And what if you choose to learn English in different coaching? Then how would your life be? That also exists in this dimension. So that just means your future is already written. But you can never change your future. But what you can do is you can pick a different future. You can choose to live your life differently, but you can choose. You can change the outcome of your decision. So that's why what we need to do is give it a thought and pick a better decision, a better path for us. That's all about today.